Hello folks, welcome to another daily Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. To be honest, I was checking a little bit the internet and didn't see really something really interesting for an initial comment, to be honest. Everything debt selling in the US is still a topic that for me it's just bullshit because they just use it to make good profit and some gains. It's just a tool, as mentioned yesterday, and well, Bitcoin is doing what I expected. That's the funny thing. I mean, today once again a follower, I blocked him because I don't have time, and at the same time, or at the same moment, to waste my time making or having some discussions with guys who are still like a loop. That's always the same thing. It's always the same argument. When I'm saying, I don't care about FIB, it's stupid. I mean, many of you know, I don't care about FIB. Some of you think FIB is the secret weapon. It's every single market works with FIBs. At least I can tell you, professional traders, no one is using FIBs. No one. And those on YouTube who are saying that they were professional traders and use FIB, that's an evidence and proof they are lying, or at least they are very dishonest because they are not using it. They are using VWAP, they are using different tools, but absolutely not FIB. FIB, if we take FIB, if you really just don't take FIB like some lines on the charts and that is, if you go a little bit deeper, you could adapt FIB to everything. Because it's a natural mathematic rule. It's a formula. So if FIB is the top secret weapon, it should work it can't even forecast the weather. It can't tell you what is going to be your next sex partner. Just imagine, use FIB for everything. Next time, before you go out to the disco, make a FIB analysis. Maybe. This time, FIB is not in your favor. You know what it means when it comes to the next sex partner. Jesus, I mean, I don't care. You can use FIB. You can use so much FIB as you want. You can use 3 layers of FIB if you want. If you think that's okay for you and you need that to trade, but don't tell me this market is not manipulated. And don't do what all these guys, well, I mean, I don't know how many people I blocked already. I guess I have more. My blocking list is bigger than my followers list. But because it's just stupid. That's out of my, how to say that, intellectual level. That's, you are the counter indicator. You missed last year the 45. What are you talking about? When you guys were yelling 100k, I was saying 30k wasn't the bottom. People were laughing at me. Oh, you are always bearish. You are always bearish. Oh, Inspo is bearish. Inspo isn't bearish. He is a realist. That's something. It seems we don't have enough space in your head. Because, I'm a realist. I don't care. The price can go up. I will become bullish if it's solid. I did it in the past. I don't care. A good trader trades. But he also has enough capacity to also realize the risks. That makes a good trader. You don't measure a trader because of his gains, or at least only because of his profits, but always profit-risk ratio. And what I would say almost all of these people who are laughing at me, who are saying, you are always bearish, hey, Inspo, like last year, you are a counter indicator. I'm a counter indicator. In 2021, after FTX, Sam, you can, just make your fucking homework. Twitter has a huge database. I'm not deleting or removing any of my tweets. You can check that. I don't remember how many times I did and tweeted the analysis what happened in July, end of July 2021. When FTX, Sam, today, where's Sam? Where's FTX? Manipulated the market buying 75,000 bitcoins. 75, one exchange. It appears on their balances. Of course, we can say that's a solid purchase. He was bullish on Bitcoin. While a lot of whales were just selling to him and taking out the money. They were cashing out. And I have said, after I realized that, I have said, be careful, the bottom is not in. 30k wasn't the bottom. We are not going to 100k. Of course, I have also to say I didn't expect it a new all-time high. I said, nope, all-time high, I don't think. I don't remember the first all-time high we had in 2021. If that was 60k, 60, I don't know. But I wasn't expecting the current all-time high. I thought maybe 50, maybe a little bit higher, but that's it. Well, okay, they did a new all-time high. But all these guys, all those with 200k followers, 500,000, and all the others who are following them expecting 100k and more. I remember I have a lot of screenshots of all these people who are so quiet. And only when Bitcoin goes a little bit more up, they start again with 100k, bull run, and whatever. I have said 24k. 24k is the next. And just because we had the gap there, we did 15. Yes, I was wrong once again, but more right that many of them outside. You can ignore everything. It's your money. I mean, the market is slapping you every 6 months or every year, and maybe that's the rule. But my face is not available for that. So it's up to you. Don't waste my time. That's the only thing. If you think you need to use FIB or a special formula or whatever to trade, go for it. But I bring you arguments to show you why market actors are manipulating the market. Why they are, what you're saying, they are just demanding liquidity. Liquidity? I mean, liquidity, if they want to have some liquidity, okay, push up like they did just in the last years. Push up to $70,000, $80,000, $90,000. Wait there. You will find a lot of demand there, I guess. I really sometimes, I'm tired. I'm really tired. And thanks God Twitter gave us a block button. And unfortunately, really unfortunately, many of you, those who are following me since 2021, that was almost the beginning of Inspocrypto. I mean, I have started to share some tweets. Yeah, that was almost in 2021. Before, I didn't tweet a lot. I wasn't really on Twitter. Just also like you, I guess, reading and, getting some new ideas and so on and so forth. But when you understand the market, when you a little bit understand the entities who are driving this market, what is happening, you don't need FIB anymore. It is what it is. I may maybe I'm not good in timing. Yeah, possible. Sometimes it works very fine. Sometimes I'm missing it. But when it comes to trends, don't discuss with me. Absolutely not. I can tell you. It's up to you. But don't waste my time. Absolutely not. Because, this kind of arguments like, hey, you missed 45. Ah, shut up. Shut really up. You missed the 100K. Come on. What are you talking about? Yeah, we pushed up. After FTX just bought a little bit of Bitcoin, 75,000, using Tether. Nobody knows under which condition they did it. Even today, after FTX collapse, no one, not even the court, really knows what happened on FTX books. It's absolutely, dust. A lot of shit around and nobody is seeing it. So, well, it is what it is. It's up to you. However, we are going to talk about the market today. And unfortunately, I wasn't wrong. So we pushed up again to 27,600. That's what I said yesterday in my personal conclusion. And I said that's once again the magnet, and we need to see how the market is going to react here. If they are going to push hard to break it, to retest, and to go up much more, something that Mike Saylor would love to see because he announced yesterday the next bull run. And we know that Market Saylor, not me, but Market Saylor, Michael Saylor, is usually a counter indicator. So we will see if this ride is going to happen once again, because when it push up and we have a solid retest and not what we had just over and over again, but at the same time, we are still missing the bigger dip. We are still missing to see that the price is going to dump to 23,500. But we are close to see a sharp price move. Very close. I could even expect tonight or tomorrow or maybe the day after, but we are really very close. And we will talk about, because the weights ratio 1-day time frame is showing something different than the 1 hour. The 1 hour is short term, as you know, and the 1 day, it's usually at least, well, we are not talking about hours or maybe 1 day, but sometimes about weeks. That's something we will check now together. So let us go forward. So after the weights ratio break 56, it bounced, or at least it got rejected. It's declining just because yesterday we did 49. So it's obvious that the weights ratio 30 days moving average has to decline, but also indicating that they are sending more Bitcoins to centralized exchanges. So all retail is buying less. So it's both possible, because it's a ratio, the weights ratio, that's what the name is saying. So we need to see, but usually when we see such a weights ratio, it's indicating pure distribution. It's not indicating any kind of accumulation. It's not bullish when you see such a development. And usually, as we had in the past, it has a bearish price action, something we are still missing. If we go forward, and now we are talking about the weights ratio with 1 hour time frame, you remember what I said. That's usually bullish. That's at least every single dump in the weights ratio 1 hour time frame is bullish in the short term. But when we are seeing such kinds of weights ratio 1 hour time frame dumps in a row, could be the indication of a sharp price move to the upside. So also something we should have in mind, and for that we need to just to see if the weights ratio 30 days moving average, or maybe the Wales ratio 30 hours moving matches to the current market conditions, we need to check other data, like for example futures that makes and generates almost 66% of the whole market volume, or options, for example, if we see a bigger trade that's bullish, that could indicate, okay, it seems they are preparing to push up. Or if we see, for example, based on CBD, that they are hiding such kind of accumulation. That's something we need to check, and that's what we are going to do together now. So if we take a look, for example, the Wales ratio 30 hours moving average, we can see the trend is negative, indicating even it's still at 84, but we lose the level of 90%. We got rejected once again here, and now we are declining, usually giving us more space to the upside. That would also mean it has to be a sharp price move, because otherwise we will get rejected. Trend line, magnet, you remember, it's a big one. So yeah, they need to push up very hard to break this one, and then we need to see how far they can push up the price. Then if that happens, if we get rejected, we will retrace once again. The question is how much. In my opinion, it's pure distribution. When they are done with this distribution, we will go down once again, sharp, at least hitting 23, 24K or something, but it seems it takes time and we are not done yet. So let us go forward. So if we take now a look here, we see that the Bitcoin inflows are, compared at least to what we have seen before May 19th, it declined a lot. I mean, today the maximum 460 Bitcoins, and of course the outflows are declining a lot. So the maximum today 350, but at the same time what we can see is the net flow in stablecoins. Big outflow, more outflow. Well, I would say maybe neutral. Here a little bit more to the green maybe, but at least since here, indicating they are selling once again and cashing out. That's at least what we can see here. We don't see any big stablecoin inflows at the moment. At least this week it's not happening. We will check if that continues, or if we are receiving a bunch of stablecoins that push up the price then hard. Otherwise, it looks more down than up, so we will see. So the funding rate, you remember we have talked yesterday, unchanged, pushed up very hard. Now it's declining. If we take a look to the open interest, since yesterday it declined a little bit, then of course with delay they pushed up, now declining. I guess they're also liquidating some people there. And if we check here, for example, we can see that the leverage ratio now recovering, not doing the same like the open interest. So people are right now using more leverage. It seems at the moment to short more. And that's at least what I can read here from the aggregated. So if we take a look now here, we see that we are receiving, it seems, more stablecoins to derivative exchanges, and even Bitcoins on derivative exchanges. I would say it's neutral. I would really say it's neutral. It's not more or less. I would say the net flow is here almost neutral. Maybe a little bit more red. Maybe, but I'm not sure. So if we take a look the higher time frame, that's the 1 day time frame, we see that the leverage ratio is pushing up, the open interest is maintaining, so they are using more leverage than open interest, while the aggregated funding rate is pushing up, so indicating they are using more high leverage longs to push up the price, and that explains why the spot volume is declining. They are just supporting the futures, and they can sell at the same time. So, but of course, it's not huge. It's not huge what they can distribute. That's why we are dancing this slow motion game since a while now, because yeah, they don't have the demand. I mean, how many institutionals have to leave the market before someone just noticed that something is wrong here? Jane Street. I mean, the main educator of Sam and all his puppets just gone. I mean, those guys were doing money with algorithm and manipulating the market as well. Just gone. Only because Cumberland is still playing here around. I mean, if they keep doing it, we will just play against Cumberland. Or maybe a little bit some centralized exchanges or stablecoin providers like Binance or Tether. So yesterday they liquidated almost 280 bitcoins in longs and 190 bitcoins in shorts. So absolutely nothing, peanuts. If we go forward, we can see, let me refresh just in case. Yeah, we can see that some shorts came in, but yeah, it doesn't look that great. 58 to 42, 53 to 47 on Ethereum. Looks, in my opinion, a little bit better than here. Shorts coming in, but reducing. So it seems they were just expecting such kind of correction, and that's it. So some are flipping back to longs. And on Bitfinex, the shorts are still there with 45,400,000, a little bit more than yesterday. But at the same time, also the longs came in. So we have more than 2.5 billion. Now, if we check that here, oh, yeah, I need to make something here. So we will check now all leverage on Binance, and we see 150 million, so it declined once again. Now the biggest liquidation cluster on the long side is at 27.8, so it's not that big anymore, so it's not that far away. You remember the biggest one was at 18, now it's at 23 almost. And the biggest on the short side is at 40k, so it's really low leverage. Now let us take a look to the high leverage positions, and we see we can go a little bit more up, hitting 27,300, and then go down once again to 27. Now if we check the funding rate and the leverage ratio, we have 50 millions. We have a huge liquidation cluster at 27 and a huge liquidation cluster at 27.3. I don't know why people should just use here high leverage. I mean, they are expecting, it seems, a sharp price move, something I agree. I also, if to be honest, if I would trade at the moment and I'm doing other things to make money, it doesn't take that long, like here. I would, yeah, just use long straddle on options, sharp price move until end of the month. So it's relatively short term with a nice leverage, and it can make a good profit, because in my opinion, that's what it will happen next, at least in the next couple days, if not hours. We will see a sharp price move, in my opinion. Now we will see. Yeah, and once again they did it. Bitcoin Tether pair down, CBD indicating they are selling more than buying. Aggregated BTC Tether pair down, indicating they are selling more than buying. That's usually just pure distribution. The whole thing was just once again a fake rally. BUSD what should I say? USD, what should I say? And well, I mean, of course, futures doing exactly the same. Not at the same pace like the stablecoin pairs and spot, but also following or generating the price development. That's BUSD on Binance, the BTC BUSD, as you can see here. Now we go to Bitfinex. The trend at least is positive, but you see what they are doing. It doesn't look, at least they are buying more than selling, but they still have rising short positions on futures. So something we should see what's going to happen. Bybit pushed up, now declining. Coinbase almost doing the same, a different scale, pushed up a little bit, now declining. And yeah, Bitstamp pushing up, nothing new, doing the same like Kraken, and Gemini declining, so doing the opposite. If we go now here, we can check, for example, what's happening with stablecoins. We can see where stablecoin inflows are happening. They are reducing. As you can see, we had here bigger stablecoin inflows and then here declined. It's declining. So while the outflows happening more, that's inflows, that's outflows, that's the supply on centralized exchanges, also indicating that the stable coins, so the liquidity on centralized exchanges, is declining. For you bullish, for me bearish. At the same time, whale transaction count with stable coins, we can see that before we had yesterday the big push up, we received here a big bar, so indicating they pumped stablecoins to centralized exchanges, and also here whales with transaction counts. You can see with millions, sending here millions and millions and millions. I mean, the biggest one was here in the dip zone where we had 51 millions. So 51 millions is not right. 51 transactions with more than 1 million USD in stablecoins. That's the correct interpretation here. And right now happening once again with 52. So at the same time someone is buying, it seems. But of course, be careful. It doesn't correlate with Bitcoin, or it doesn't need to be linked with Bitcoin. Only because they send stable coins doesn't mean they are just trading Bitcoin. We have a lot of different, maybe just Pepe coin or Peep coin or whatever. Who cares, right? So if we take a look to the entities, if we check here now the entities, we see that, retail is stabilizing, even lifting up a little bit more. These guys are declining with 1 to 10 bitcoins and their wallets. These guys are declining 10 to 100 bitcoins and their wallets. These guys are right now declining, but I would say maintaining. Market maker is maintaining. These guys pushed up very hard, also very interesting, while these guys declined. So indicating that a wallet that had more than 100,000 bitcoins in their wallet, they sent reduced, it seems, their balances to less than 100,000 bitcoins, and that's why this one is rising instead. Yeah, and here we don't have any wallet. Why do we have here more? 1 billion bitcoins? That's not possible. Infinity, yeah, that's me. So let us go forward and check. That's the wallet count per entity. What does that mean? Well, one entity, 1 to 10 bitcoins, for example, would be one entity, and this entity owns 50 wallets. 50 persons own a wallet in this entity. We see retail, or at least those who owns less than 10 bitcoins, the count is declining here as well. Here it lifted up, but it's also declining. Oh wait, it's the same supply distribution. Number of addresses. Oh no, that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. This time but it looks similar. No, that's the market. That's the market maker. It's receiving more balances. Something is wrong here. I don't know what they changed, but it doesn't make sense what they are doing. Just retail, those with less than 1 Bitcoin, you can see it's pushing up more. But the market maker here, it lifted up, so it received more wallets. And usually these wallets came from lower entities because they are buying Bitcoin and so raising their balances, so they convert to market maker, or we have here an entity or a wallet or two who are declining the balances and also shifting to the market maker. At the moment I don't see anything, but it makes sense because they stabilize, so that the market maker is also stabilizing. It makes sense here. However, sentiment changed something and it makes me crazy. I have added a new one that's here indicating Binance funding rate with Tether and Deribit as well. Just to check a little bit what's happening, and you can see it was very red over and over again. Every time it was big red, we pushed up afterwards. Since a while, it's almost green. And since then, we are declining in price. Only if we are noticing, for example, here it's red, we push up more. It's really helpful. We had here, for example, as you can also see, big green, they pushed up, then big red, we went down. This was a very well prepared fake rally, and someone did a big profit here. It went long, it pushed up the price, and then it flipped extremely to short, and the price went down once again. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And also interesting to see here, for example, all the funding rate went down hard and afterwards we pushed down. But it's not happening anymore. You can see that, at least not on Deribit and not on Binance. Really useful, to be honest, a very useful chart here to see, because more and more the market is becoming a future market. So if we check now here what the market maker entities are doing, if they are sending more Bitcoins to centralized exchanges, we can see here nothing. So almost 200, 300 Bitcoins, it's absolutely peanuts. It's not linked, it seems, to miners. Whales ratio on centralized exchanges are also declining since yesterday. Usually that makes sense that now the price is declining. Funds are also keep reducing their balances, also indicating that institutional demand for Bitcoins is declining, it seems. Otherwise the funds would rise their funds. And also here we can see that the spot volume versus derivative volume ratio is in favor of futures, also indicating while the open interest stabilized, didn't change, but the leverage ratio. And that, of course, is rising the derivative volume. Something more? No, that's it. So let us go forward. So if we take a look here, we see that nothing big changed. The only thing that changed here is that Coinbase is once again bringing some liquidity at 25.3, and as well they are also bringing some liquidity at 21. They removed some liquidity at 22.6, as you can see here and here. So everything we will maintain. We can go a little bit more down, hitting 25 once again, but that's almost it. We need to see how far they want to bring it. Wow, someone bought 4 bitcoins at once. Not bad, not bad. Bitstamp here also bringing more liquidity at 25, for example, but also here protecting 28.7, bringing more liquidity to the downside here, 22.5 and 24. And yeah, so also here they are protecting more the lower side than the upper side. If we take a look to Binance also now they started here to bring some liquidity at 26.100, but nothing big changed. If I take a look here, nothing big changed. No, a little bit more liquidity at 23.5, but that's it. And to the upside also nothing have changed. No, just here, for example, 28. They reduced the volume, but that's almost it. So let me go a little bit more up, also indicating we should go to 27, as I said in the beginning, maybe even a little bit lower. Here it's our POC at 26,800, and bounce here once again to go up, and that's the game we are playing since a while. Also here indicating 27 on Binance BTC BUSD, but at the same time also waiting at 26.5. On Bitfinex is still protecting 27.6, and the next one would be 25.4. They didn't, yeah, everything else is unchanged. Export usually nothing. Kraken usually, yeah, they are reinforced also here 25k. So reinforced also here 29.5 and 29, a little bit here as well, but 25. So like we will go directly once again hitting 25k, and the whole thing here was just another fake rally. So Bybit, now derivatives, Bybit here with BTC USD, nothing. Now with BTC USDT, nothing. Now Binance BTC USDT, and at the moment you see what Binance is doing. That's crazy. That's really wow. That's 4,300 bitcoins here. They don't want to let the price go down. They and then tell me that's not full manipulation mode. Spoofing, and people are saying, no, but Fib, come on, shut up, man. Go to casino and enjoy your life. Don't waste my time. They are protecting everything between 27.8 and 27.5. Right now they don't want to let the price go down. That's spoofing. So at any second it could disappear and the price go down more. We have at 26.8, very close to the POC, for example. Here they are reinforcing. So that's long orders. They are here short orders. They are reducing. They reduced a lot at 25. They are still waiting here at 24.6, and that's mainly it. So at the moment it looks like they are holding the price. When all these long orders disappear, the price will go down. Don't forget, spot is to support, but they are using futures to drive the market. Nothing to see here. Bitfinex derivatives also waiting here with all 27k, with longs 16 bitcoins, 11 bitcoins on the POC area, and we have another one at 26,000. And yeah, that's mainly it. To the upside still here at 27.8. Kraken futures, nothing. OKEX futures usually also nothing. Oh, well, waiting at 25.5, too long. And Deribit. And on Deribit, they removed a lot of liquidity, still waiting at 24. So nothing happened here. No, not really. That's it.